coming up tonight on Citrus TV News live at 6. The British Prime Minister spoke today about leaving the European Union.
And Starbucks fans may have something new to complain about. We'll tell you more.
Also, Talking Points executive producer Mike Riccardi is in studio tonight to discuss major changes happening on the road to the 2016 election.
And sunny skies hit campus today, but will this good weather continue? Citrus TV weather anchor Rebecca Castor will have your full 5-day forecast. Citrus TV News starts right now.
From the Citrus TV studios, this is Citrus TV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
Welcome to Citrus TV News live at 6. I'm Katherine Robinson.
And I'm Josh Bazan. We're following the theft of several computers from a Link Hall lab over the weekend.
A developing story on campus over the weekend. Students in the College of Engineering and Computer Science reported that 22 computers, LCD monitors, mice, and keyboards were stolen from labs inside Link Hall. Engineering students received an email Monday afternoon asking for any information about the theft. Temporary lab hours are in place, and the college says they will be adding swipe access for the lab soon. And Syracuse's annual Winter Carnival and Chili Cook-Off begins tomorrow at 11 a.m. in Shine Atrium. The more than 80-year tradition is a time for SU to come out during the city's colder months. The week's calendar includes a comedy show, a cappella concert, trivia night, and the famous Chili Cook-Off.
Well, the tickets sold out last week for the first Blacklight Casino. The event was hosted by the South Asian Student Association, and Citrus TV reporter Shruti Marathi has more.
Central New York has gotten a taste of Vegas. This past weekend, Syracuse University's South Asian Student Association hosted Casino Night. The evening included games, a live DJ, and a photo booth. But the night was all tied together with a blacklight theme and a dance floor. Throughout the night, attendees played different poker games at various tables. The winners of the night were awarded free tickets to the next SASA event. Overall, the event was successful in achieving SASA's overall mission.
Mainly, it brings together all the South Asian population together in one place to have a fun night. And, they're away from home, but SASA is like their home away from home.
Casino Night is the first event SASA held this semester, but there are many more to come. The organization strives to host meetings to bond the South Asian community at Syracuse.
SASA has been growing for the past couple of years, and we're really happy to meet new people, and we love spreading our culture across campus and our diversity.
The next SASA events this semester includes their Holi celebration and samosas with SASA. For Citrus TV News, I'm Shruti Marathi.
Syracuse police say they're still looking for a 20-month-old girl and her father who both went missing Saturday. They suspect the father is involved in the daughter's absence after reading an alarming message he wrote to his wife. Maddox Lawrence and Ryan Lawrence were reported missing on Saturday night, and an Amber Alert was issued for Maddox the next morning. Police are asking that people keep an eye out for the two. And the man accused of conning $8 million from Central New York citizens will face 8 years in prison. Burton Greenberg collected money from individuals promising their cash was invested securely in an Italian bank. In reality, Greenberg was using the money to pay off personal debts and to make investments for himself. In addition to his jail time, the judge ordered Greenberg to pay $10 million in restitution and another $10 million for forfeiture judgment.
Donald Trump won the South Carolina Republican primary with 33% of the vote, taking home all 50 delegates. Marco Rubio barely edged out Ted Cruz for second place with 23%.
And on the Democratic side, Hillary Clinton beat Bernie Sanders by 5% in the Nevada caucus.
Voters hit the polls tomorrow for the Nevada Republican caucus and on Saturday for the South Carolina Democratic primary.
Joining us in studio is Mike Riccardi, executive producer for Talking Points. Thank you for being here, Mike.
Glad to be here.
So we saw on Saturday Jeb Bush on the Republican side dropped out after a disappointing performance in South Carolina. The Republican side started with 17 presidential candidates. Now it's down to 5. What does this thinning field do as the race moves forward?
They're down to 5, but many are describing it as a 3-person race between Donald Trump, Ted Cruz, and Marco Rubio. So with the dropping out of Jeb Bush, and if we see John Kasich and Ben Carson in the coming weeks, that race is definitely going to tighten. I think a lot of those votes will go to the most establishment candidate out of the three, which is Marco Rubio, and some votes for the religious factor will go to Ted Cruz, and then Trump will take a few. But Trump's support is firm, and I think as long as Cruz and Rubio are duking it out, he's going to stay in first place. But if the party can coalesce around one of them, they could take it from Trump. But it depends all on timing and how soon they can get that done.
And moving to the Democratic side, what does Bernie Sanders need to do to edge out the favorite Hillary Clinton?
So Bernie Sanders definitely needs to perform better in diverse electorates. In Nevada, he did all right. He came close, but he didn't beat her. He's expected to lose big by double digits in South Carolina. And the telling statistic is that he lost the African-American vote in Nevada by nearly 50 points, and he's expected to lose it bad in South Carolina too. So he needs to do a lot better with minorities. In a state that I have circled on my calendar as March 1st, which is Texas, which is a very large state with a diverse electorate, that he really needs to do well in if he can take this promise into actual reality of winning.
And Bernie Sanders today, he seems like he's skipping over the South Carolina primary. It seems like he's almost giving up. He was in Massachusetts earlier today. Do you think that's what he's doing? He's looking ahead to the states he has a better shot at winning?
Yeah, I mean, the polls for weeks have shown that he's going to lose in South Carolina, and he hasn't even gained a lot of ground. So yeah, I mean, Massachusetts is a really tight race, and he's been doing a lot more campaigning than Hillary Clinton there. And that is one of the, those New England states are better for Bernie Sanders, but he needs to do better in the Deep South.
Thanks so much, Mike.
Thank you.
Well, coming up next on Citrus TV News, more on the deadly shooting in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
And a possible ceasefire in Syria. We'll tell you what you need to know.
It was a beautiful day in Syracuse. Temperatures stayed in the high 20s, but with the sun shining, it did not feel like temperatures were below freezing. It's currently 27 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Find out what the weather has in store for the rest of the week by staying tuned to Citrus TV News.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Huntington!
Every proper bear knows that the right fit means everything. Especially when it comes to car seats.
Oh, really? I just did what any bear would do.
So know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size.
I like it.
To learn more, visit safercar.gov/the-right seat.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, where's that bear?
The gunman from this weekend's shooting spree will face 6 counts of murder.
On Saturday night, an Uber driver shot and killed 6 individuals and injured 2 others.
Police arrested the gunman in a parking lot 6 hours after the shooting began.
In court today, the driver said he preferred to remain silent when asked if he had any comments.
The judge ordered to hold him without bail, and he is due back in court on March 3rd.
And hearings began today in Connecticut court in a trial related to the 2012 Sandy Hook shootings, which claimed 26 lives.
Families of the kids and teachers killed in the elementary school shootings are suing gun manufacturer Remington for wrongful death.
The families claim that Remington should stop production of the AR-15 rifle that was used by the shooter. The AR-15 is a semi-automatic rifle, and its design is based on that of a similar gun originally produced for the U.S. military.
Remington is requesting the lawsuit be dismissed, citing a 2005 federal law in which gun dealers and manufacturers are inoculated from liability following mass shootings. If the judge rules for the plaintiffs, this case is likely to be appealed all the way to the Supreme Court.
And deaths from drug overdoses are capturing the attention of both political parties.
The National Governors Association is introducing a new set of guidelines to stem the abuse of addictive pain medications.
Limits on the amount of prescriptions handed out are among the new restrictions outlined.
And governors are scheduled to meet with President Obama tonight to discuss their proposal.
Pope Francis is asking Catholic leaders to not allow death penalty executions this year.
He told tourists and pilgrims in St. Peter's Square that the do not kill commandment applies to both the innocent and the guilty.
He also expressed his hope that the death penalty will eventually be abolished across the world.
The Pope's call to end the death penalty comes during the Jubilee Year of Mercy.
The Year of Mercy has become a large part of Francis's papacy as he visions a less judgmental Catholic Church.
He has asked for this year to be one of forgiveness and reconciliation.
Question is, will we be safer, stronger, and better off working together in a reformed Europe or out on our own? I believe we'll be safer in a reformed Europe because we can work with our European partners to fight cross-border crime and terrorism.
British Prime Minister David Cameron set the date for a referendum vote to decide if Britain will leave the European Union.
Cameron has warned of economic and security threats if Britain leaves. However, his cabinet is split.
London Mayor Boris Johnson has been a loud voice for the fight to exit.
And the United States is working to contain a growing ISIS threat in Libya.
The ISIS Libyan branch is spreading throughout a large area of Africa, attracting recruits from countries like Senegal.
Officials say that ISIS fighters killed in the American airstrikes last Friday were recruited from Tunisia and other African countries.
They were believed to be rehearsing an attack against Western targets. And U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry says a provisional agreement has been reached between Russia and the U.S. concerning the ongoing Syrian violence.
The final details are expected to be worked out in the coming days by President Obama and Russian President Vladimir Putin.
This so-called ceasefire does not apply to attacks on the Islamic State or al-Qaeda's local affiliate.
Kerry remains optimistic about the progress being made in Syria.
Well, Catherine, we've certainly been seeing some weird weather in February so far in Syracuse.
No surprise at all. It's always crazy here. But how will the shortest month of the year end? Rebecca Castor tells us more.
Thanks, Josh and Catherine. This weather in Syracuse has definitely been odd for February. Our current temperatures map shows that the Northeast is getting a break from freezing temperatures. Students can't complain about living in Snow City because today the sun was shining and the snow was melting away. Snow is melting away all across the United States. Most snow coverage left is under an inch, but some western states such as Idaho and Colorado still have heavy snow coverage near 24 inches. There is more good news in the weather forecast for today. The Doppler radar is clear, meaning no rain is expected for tonight or tomorrow. Tonight's also going to be 15 degrees with partly cloudy skies, so bundle up if you're headed out tonight. And taking a look at our 5-day forecast, we can't avoid the snow for too long. Tuesday, we're going to have partly cloudy skies with a high of 41 degrees. Going into Wednesday, we have a 100% chance of rain with a high of 38 degrees. Thursday, 70% chance of rain, and it's going to turn into snow as temperatures drop throughout the day. Friday, 40% chance of snowfall, and Saturday we'll have a break from that snow with a high of 36 degrees.
So, Rebecca, it looks like after some warmer weather these past few days, we're going to be getting snow showers back into the mix this weekend. How much snow are we expected to get?
On Thursday, we can expect about 1 to 3 inches later overnight, and then Friday, about another 1 to 3 inches.
Now, the sun was out. It was a gorgeous game day this past weekend. What about this next coming weekend? What do I need to be wearing for the game?
We can expect kind of the same conditions for this Saturday's game. It's going to be sunny, partly cloudy, 36 degrees high, so you don't have to worry about rain, you don't have to worry about snow. It should be a good game day.
It's awesome. Looking forward to it. Thank you, Rebecca. Coming up next, we'll take a closer look at the impact of the HPV vaccine.
And a survey confirms what many already knew about the entertainment industry.
Welcome to Orange Press Pass.
Orange Press Pass is your ticket inside the Syracuse locker room. Hear from the coaches.
We got some open looks from the perimeter
and players.
Well, I saw pressure coming from the backside.
Get in-depth analysis,
Looking at
reports on site, and more.
Let's go on OPP.
Orange Press Pass, live after every Syracuse game.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
HPV levels in young teens decreased since the vaccine for the cancer-causing disease was first recommended in 2006. Researchers at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention compared before and after 2006 and found that in women ages 14 to 19, rates of the disease decreased from 11.5% to 4.3%. Researchers reported 51% of the girls 14 to 19 years old received the vaccine.
And good news for tech lovers. Samsung is set to release 3 brand new devices. The manufacturer announced yesterday it will introduce 2 new Galaxy smartphones and a camera for recording virtual reality videos. While not many updates have been made to the phones, the camera will allow consumers to shoot 360-degree videos, which can be viewed through Samsung's Gear VR.
And more than 18,000 people applied to be picked as the next round of NASA astronauts. The record number of people almost triples the last round of applicants in 2011, when more than 6,000 people applied, but only 8 were accepted. NASA will pick 14 new astronauts in 2017 and hopes to send a mission to Mars within the next 2 decades. And for Starbucks addicts everywhere, a new change to their rewards program could mean less freebies. The coffee chain will now give its customers stars based on how much they spend instead of the amount of transactions. People who spend less than $5 in one visit will now be getting less free items come April. Now customers will need 125 stars to earn a free item.
People in Chicago are stopping to look around since life can move pretty fast. Anybody catch the reference? Bueller? A festival honoring the 30th anniversary of the classic film Ferris Bueller's Day Off is scheduled for this coming May. Organizers are planning a recreation of the film's parade sequence in addition to a screening of the film. 3-day passes are $300 and no, they do not include a friend's red Ferrari. And diversity in Hollywood is being questioned in the days leading up to the Academy Awards. A study by the Media Diversity and Social Change Initiative at the University of Southern California studied diversity in 414 films and series. Less than 15% of the speaking roles in these films were black, with around 70% being white. Only 2% of the characters were represented as gay, lesbian, or bisexual. And now joining us for sports is KJ Vaughn.
Coming up on sports, we've got all the highlights from the weekend, including men's basketball and lacrosse. Also, a key returner from last year's lacrosse team has been on fire through 2 games this year. We'll let you know who it is. It's all up next, so don't touch the dial.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
If I got to go to college, oh my goodness. I like discovering new things. You get to see what works for you and what doesn't. That helps you evolve as a person. You get to make like a supernova of skill or talent or whatever it is. I've always wanted to go to college. I just feel like that's my destiny. My name is Queen, and I am your dividend.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today.
Oh, you should pick that up.
Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you.
Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes you.
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
The men's basketball team was in the Dome on Saturday taking on rival Pittsburgh, needing a win to bolster their tournament resume. Let's see if the guys could get the job done. Here we're going to see Michael Benajay drains the three. That puts Cuse up 3-0. He gets the arrow action going too. Now we're going to see Benajay from the three. Another one. This one's from the corner though, and that would put Cuse up 13-8. Now let's see Cameron Johnson. He hits a three-pointer. That puts Cuse up. That puts Pittsburgh up 30-22. Now how about another three? Tyler Lydon says I want in on this action. He hits a three. That would make it 30-28 right before halftime. Now we're going to see Michael Young, that's not a three-pointer, but it is a really nice two. It puts Pittsburgh up 37-32. Now Tyler Lydon says, give it to me. I want to put the rock in. Another three-pointer. That would make it 43-42. And now Michael Young, big dunk there. And Pittsburgh rolls 66-52. They're waving in the Dome. Now let's take a look at the men's lacrosse team. They were in action on Sunday. Here we go. They're playing the Great Danes. Getting going here. It's Jordan Evans. That makes it 1-0. That's the first goal. And now, how about some Timmy Barba running in and hits it. That's a low corner shot net. That is beautiful. And that would put it up 2-0. Cuse. Now let's see the Great Danes here. That is Bennett Drake, 5-2. He makes the score with that nice shot. Now let's get into the second half. We're going to see Derek Jajo running, sliding face first. He still gets the goal. 9-5 is the score. And then how about Dylan Donahue in front of the cage? This man is too good. 11-5, he makes the score. And now Nick Mariano with the goal. The assist would go to Matt Lane there, throwing it in, shaking hands. The Great Danes get blown out in the Dome, and the final would be 16-7. Now, Dylan Donahue is a senior for the men's lacrosse team. You saw him there. And he was a vital member last year for the Orange, and he has been an even bigger member this year, scoring 5 goals through 2 games. And he's also the team captain. The games were both wins for the Orange. Let's talk to Kevin Case and see more about the Syracuse senior.
Coming into 2016, SU Lacrosse had graduated 5 offensive starters. The one returner was attackman Dylan Donahue. Tasked with leading a new offensive group, the quiet and reserved senior captain hasn't raised his voice. He's raised his play.
Especially the way I like to see it, you try to lead by example. You know, you gotta show your team how you're gonna work, and then that's how you become to expect what they're gonna do. You know.
Donahue has picked up a team-high 14 points through 2 games, more than double the total of any other Orange player. But head coach John Desco says the goals aren't the most important thing Donahue brings to the table.
The best thing he's doing is, with all those other guys gone, 5 of the 6 gone, he's leading this offense and directing things on the field. A lot of people don't see that, so for him to be our quarterback out there helps things go more smoothly in the game and obviously in practice.
Reporting for CitrusTV, I'm Kevin Case.
All right, let's take a look at the women's lacrosse team. Thank you so much for that beautiful package, Kevin. And now we're going to see Rowan here. She's hugging players. She played for Syracuse and was a coach for Syracuse for the longest time. Now she's a head coach at Wagner. And now we're going to see Riley Donahue hits the first goal. This is against Wagner. And then we're going to see Kayla Traynor hit it behind her back. This is still Wagner. This is the first game of the afternoon. And how about Lisa Rogers here? That would make it 15-3 Syracuse. They go on to win 16-5. Now the nightcap. Let's take a look at Marist. How about Traynor again? Sorry, tough name to say. 1-0. And now Donahue again. That makes it 4-0 Syracuse. They would roll with the nightcap as well. Now, domination indeed is what we're looking at. This is Sunday's lacrosse slate. It was 2 women's games and a men's game. Interesting thing here, 3-0 on the day for Syracuse. The shots were 119 total shots between all 3 teams. That is very impressive. And get this, 48-17, Syracuse outscored their opponents. That is just tough. The men's team, they took care of Albany 16-7. The women's team got 2 wins, which is very impressive. The Great Danes on the men's side were ranked 12th in the country coming in. Now some more domination here. This is Syracuse women's basketball. Another win, it's another game, it's another win for the Syracuse women's basketball team. I think they need to call On Fire. You see it there, 70-56. They beat their rival Pittsburgh down in Pittsburgh, and this is the perfect time for the women. They are getting ready to go as the NCAA tourney is right around the corner. They have one game left in the regular season, and from this game, how about this? The women almost made half of all the shots they took with the shooting percentage at 49.2%. That is just below 50. That is hard to do in 2K, very tough to do in a real basketball court. So props to those ladies.
Very nice. Thank you, KJ. So Syracuse men's basketball, looking forward to the end of the season. How do we think they're going to turn out, the ACC tournament? Do we think they can make the NCAA tournament?
Well, I think here's what it's going to rely on. I think they can make the NCAA tournament. They have 3 regular season games, and they have North Carolina as one of those. A lot of people aren't expecting them to win that, so if they can take the other 2, which are against Florida State and North Carolina State is this coming Saturday. I think with just that, they should be fine, but honestly, they really could use a win in the ACC tourney to really lock it up. But I think either way, as long as they win 2 out of their last 3 in the regular season, they're in, no matter what they do in the ACC tourney.
Very nice. Good to hear. Thank you, KJ. Coming up after the break, we'll let you know how cold it's going to be tomorrow morning.
And to look at a video that will warm even the coldest of hearts. Stick around.
How you doing? My name's Steve. My family's lived in this neighborhood for years. Recently, things got so tight, we had to go to our local food bank for help. I lost a lot of sleep worrying about what the neighbors might think. That is until I saw them there, too. How'd I do, Steve?
A little stiff. You could have done a little better.
What? Come on. You know, I have an Academy Award.
Yeah, but not for playing me.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Hey, my name's Katie and I'm in the 9th grade. I'm an A average student and I'm an athlete working towards a scholarship. And everybody tells me how much potential I have. But I just wish someone would tell me where my next meal is coming from. Katie, how'd I do?
Do you have to be so serious?
Well, I mean, I did like a crazy dance in a movie if you want me to like, you know, do a little, no.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Okay, Rebecca, looking at tomorrow morning, what do I need to be wearing?
Well, tomorrow morning it's going to be about in the mid-30s, so you're going to want to layer up because it's going to warm up throughout the day.
Thanks, Rebecca. And wrapping things up today, we have a video to show you straight from the White House.
106-year-old Virginia McLaurin danced with joy over the weekend as she met Barack and Michelle Obama.
The President and First Lady invited Miss McLaurin as a part of National Black History Month, and she has certainly danced her way into the hearts of Americans around the country.
Miss McLaurin told President Obama she was delighted to have lived to see a black president of the United States.
And the First Lady said she wanted to be Miss McLaurin when she grew up.
That's all for our show tonight. For more of the latest news, be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter and like our page on Facebook. I'm Josh Bazan.
And I'm Katherine Robinson. Thanks for watching us and have a great night, Syracuse.